Good evening, high school football fans. Welcome to the frenzy. I tell you what, the first week of the fall season, the temperatures dropping, high school football action heating up, had some huge games around Southeast Georgia and the South Carolina Lowcountry Friday night.
That's right, including two highly ranked foes meeting at Memorial Stadium as Benedictine hosted Ware County. We'll get to that one in just a minute. First, one of the most heated rivalries in our area.
Yeah, for the 28th time, Effingham and South Effingham doing battle with bragging rights and a very important win on the line.
This rivalry starting before kickoff. Check out the fans. Yeah, it started in the stands between the student sections. The Corral was a place to be Friday night in Guyton. An estimated 8,000 fans as the Mustangs look to defend their home field. South Effingham opening drive. Quarterback Caden DeGennaro in the pocket. Pressure. Rebels Tucker Wilson with the big quarterback sack. Effingham barely giving up any yardage. Staying in the first, Effingham quarterback Matthew Ford to Xavier Kopic. Breaks left, tiptoes the sideline for the big gain. Rebels gonna settle for a field goal. 3-0 Effingham County early. Jumping to the second quarter now. Rebels quickly into the red zone. Ford hands it off to Kopic. No stopping him on the play. Powers his way into the end zone. 10-0 Effingham. How about the little celebration? Under a minute before the break, bad snap by Rebels. However, Ford recovers, puts his team on his back, in for the touchdown to go up 17-0 at the break. All Effingham in this one, 34-0 the final.
Packed house at Memorial Stadium. Perennial state powers, Benedictine and Ware County hooking up. Both teams highly ranked in their respective classifications and showing why. Tied at 7, tied no more. Second quarter, Cadets grabbing the lead. Holden Gerner to Cam Edge. Pass and catch, touchdown, 14-7 BC. Back come the Gators. Quarterback Thomas Castellanos going to elude a defender, rolls out, takes off for a big gain of about 17, 18 yards on a first down. Next, Cartevius Norton going to get the call. The senior back with a big pickup deep into Benedictine territory. Then Ware County goes back to the air. Castellanos going to hit Dakari Coachman for the touchdown. Game once again tied up. The Benedictine offense coming back on the field and quickly moving goalward. Garner going to put one up high into the night sky. Deep ball going to be called by Zaquan Bryan. Big pickup there. Couple plays later, Cadets knocking on the door. Garner with the sneak. Ball pops out. Ware going to recover in the end zone. But did Garner break the plane before the fumble? The officials going to talk it over, and their decision would come right about here. Yeah, that's a touchdown. Benedictine, they go up 21-14 just before the half. Ware County trying to push the ball down the field, but the Cadet defense forcing the turnover. Ben Hollaback with the interception. What a game out at Memorial Stadium. Benedictine with the win, 49-42 the final. Homecoming at Calvary Day, the Cavs, they were hosting Strong Rock Christian, and let's just say it was a very happy homecoming. Very first play of the game, visitors going to go with the quick pass, but big 22 member Juwan Johnson lowering the boom. Ball comes out, and Brooks Dawson going to proceed to scoop, and Brooks Dawson going to proceed to score. Touchdown, extra point, made it 7-0 quick like. Later in the first quarter, the Calvary offense going to work another big 22 guy. That's quarterback Jake Merklanger going to hit Michael Smith, who makes the catch, stays in bounds, extends for the end zone, give him the touchdown. Home team up 14-0. Still in the first, it was Donovan Johnson time. Yeah, the fantastic freshman. First, he's got the catch coming out of the backfield, and he's going to proceed to pick up a first down for the home team. Couple plays later, down near the goal line, it's Johnson getting the call once again. He's coming right at you for the touchdown. Calvary Day, they roll in this one, 42-14, the final. Well, now it's time to catch up with our Dave Williams, who was in Richmond Hill Friday night. That's where the Wildcats were hosting Bradwell Institute.
One of these teams going to win their first game of the season. Let's go to Dave to tell us all about it.
Well, here at Richmond Hill, you could call it an opportunity for a fresh start. Even though the host Wildcats and visiting Bradwell Tigers are winless on the year, it's a chance to start over because their region schedule begins tonight. It also marked the Wildcats' home opener. And they were up 27-7 late in the first half when their defense comes up big. Rayvon Grant with a tremendous interception to thwart a Bradwell drive. The Tigers, meanwhile, try to get something going early in the third quarter as quarterback Armando Hill finds Camarion Melvin deep inside Richmond Hill territory. But the Wildcats defense would have none of that as Armando Hill is brought down on fourth down, ending the drive with no points. Bradwell would threaten on their next drive as well and lined up to kick a field goal, but Richmond Hill blocks it with Makai Williams falling on it for Richmond Hill. Then it was time for the Wildcats offense to go to work. Ty Goldrick airs it out deep to Rayvon Grant, who makes the sensational catch, and the Wildcats were in business. The drive would stall, but Richmond Hill, they know a thing or two about field goal kicking. They would get points out of this with a field goal by Aiden Stein. 30-7 Richmond Hill at that point, and they go on to get their first victory of the season, 37-14. In Richmond Hill, Dave Williams, WJCL 22 News.
How about some Thursday night lights? Liberty County rolled into Savannah to face Johnson High. Starting with the first quarter here, Panthers quarterback Carlos Singleton on the keeper. But check out the sack by Johnson safety Jamori Taylor. Same drive, Singleton steps back, goes through the air, connects with receiver Paul Brown wide open, goes in for the touchdown, 55 yards, extra point no good, 6-0 Liberty County. Johnson answers right back on their very next possession. Quarterback Keon Edwards hands off to running back Nolan Baker up the middle for the big gain. Second quarter, same drive. Edwards to Bacon again. Puts on the finishing touches, 2-point conversion good. Johnson takes an 8-6 lead. Staying in the second, Johnson's strong safety Anthony Cooper all over defense. Takes down the Panther for a loss of yards. This is no replay. Back-to-back solo tackles for Cooper, and he's fired up. Under 5 minutes left in the second quarter, Singleton swings it out to running back Marcus Johnson, dips and dodges his way through traffic, and he's going all the way to the house. 2-point conversion good. Panthers go up 14-8. Extra minutes needed in this game. Liberty County tops Johnson in overtime. 22-20 the final.
Friday night out at Island Stadium, the Island Sharks leading Beach High 14-0. Home team looking for more. Amari Bedgood. He's going to be picked off by Aaron Freeman. Big play here for the Beach High defense. The Bulldogs looking to get that offense going now. Jabari Habersham. He's at quarterback, and he's going to get the ball out to Shamfrey Huey, who makes the catch and has the nice pickup there in the middle. Worked once, Beach going to do it again. Habersham to Huey again. This time, the juggling catch going to be made, keeps the drive alive. How about a third time? Yeah, it's a charm. This time, Huey with the touchdown reception, getting Beach on the scoreboard. It was 14-6, but that's as close as Beach would get in this one. Islands, they're going to hold on for the 14-6 win over the Bulldogs. Well, we are just getting started here on the Frenzy. Coming up after the break, we've got highlights from the SCISA and the GISA.
We'll also check in on the May River Sharks who are in action in the Low Country. All this and more when the Frenzy returns.
Welcome back to the Frenzy here on WJCL 22 News at 11. Not going to waste too much time getting right back out to the highlights.
We're headed to the Low Country where May River was hosting Blythewood.
They sure were. Let's go ahead and get to the Low Country for this one. As you would expect, May River fired up to be on the home turf on a Friday night. Quarterback Garvin Douglas. He's going to take the ball up the gut, calling his own number. He's got a nice big gain here in the early goings. Moments later, he's going to hand the ball off to John Allen. Nice gain as well for the home team. Sharks going to cap off the drive with the touchdown. Douglas with the honors. It was 7-0 May River. After a stop by the defense, that May River offense back on the field. The pass this time going to go to Colton Beanie for the first down coming up. Where's the pass? There's that catch. Next play, the quarterback keeper for Douglas as he's got the nice pickup there. That May River offense clicking early on a Friday night. Then it was back to the air. Douglas to B9 again. Another first down for the home team. Drive would stall. Going to lead to a field goal for the Sharks. May River, they go on to win this one by 10. 24-14 the final.
The St. Andrews Lions and Memorial Day Matadors colliding at Garden City Stadium. Matadors down several players due to COVID, picking this one up in the second half. Memorial Day trying to climb out of a 21-6 hole. Quarterback Tyler Kendall to his teammate not listed on the roster. It looked like his knee was down, but hey, no whistle. Tight ropes the sideline for a nice 35-yard gain. Very next play, Kendall showing off his arm. But watch out, picked off by Lions quarterback Zaire Edwards. Steps on the gas, however, Lions not able to turn into a score. A minute left in the third quarter. Kendall out to Amari, and Jordan stays on his feet for the big gain. Fourth quarter now, same drive. Kendall calls his own number for the touchdown. 2-point conversion good. Lions lead cut to 21-14. That would be the last score Lions would allow. St. Andrews defeats Memorial Day 35-14. Meanwhile, at Daffin Park, it was Bethesda taking on Hilton Head Prep. It's the Blazers who get things going on their first drive. Tristan Randall. How about the dart over the middle to Caleb Dillon to get the drive going? Next, it's Randall. Gonna use his legs to get Bethesda closer. Check it out. Eluding one tackler, and he's off to the races inside the Hilton Head Prep 5-yard line. Couple plays later, Randall would finish the drive off with the quarterback sneak. They would add a 2-point conversion. It's 8-0. However, Hilton Head Prep would come back to win 22-14.
Hey, college football slam Saturday coming up. Things kicking off at noon with number 2 Georgia at Kentucky at 3:30. Clemson travels to Raleigh to face North Carolina State. 6 o'clock in Statesboro. Georgia Southern hosting Louisiana. At that same time, Savannah State, they're going to entertain Morehouse. South Carolina hosting Kentucky at 7. And at 7:30 at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia Tech taking on North Carolina. Also got a full day of football here on WJCL. With more, here's Reese Davis and Kirk Herbstreit.
Reese Davis, Kirk Herbstreit, great games on ABC today, including the battle for the Chancellor Spurs between Texas Tech and Texas.
You know, Texas Tech, a team we just don't know a whole lot about. They're off to a good start. They've won the 3 games that they've played. Very different challenge going up against Texas. And with Steve Sarkisian, he's still trying to get this team, Texas, to be able to peak at the right time when they have Oklahoma coming up in a few weeks. This is a big game for both teams.
And then we'll have Rutgers and Michigan. Michigan leads the nation in rushing. Rutgers has done everything in terms of not beating itself as they come into this
game. And again, we've got a new coach, and Greg Schiano in his second year is just trying to get this team to buy into a new culture, trying to get them to believe. And we got Michigan. Michigan is 3-0. Everybody's excited about what they're doing. Jim Harbaugh came into this season with a ton of pressure. So far, it's not affecting them. They are running the ball, and their quarterback's taking care of the football. Team's playing with a lot of confidence.
Game you'll call on Saturday night, West Virginia OU.
Well, West Virginia has got to be able to do all the little things right to be able to be competitive. You may see a little bit of a tandem at quarterback for West Virginia. Garrett Green, their backup, provides athletic ability, which could be big. And then we got, if you look at Spencer Rattler, the quarterback at Oklahoma, he's doing okay, but he's not living up to those lofty expectations of winning a Heisman. And I know he's feeling that pressure. He's just got to stay patient.
Yeah, I've been looking for those big plays in the West Virginia defense. Tough to get those against that group. It's going to be a terrific game that Kirk and Chris will have for you. on Saturday night.
That's going to do it for the Frenzy. Have a good night.